Hello, and welcome back. So have you ever had one of those feelings that you just don't want to feel? Maybe it's grief, maybe it's heartbreak, maybe it's just a sadness inside of you that you don't even understand. Possibly it's anger, frustration, withdrawal, these icky, low vibrational feelings, and you just want them to change. This video is about what you can do about it so you get that shift that you're desiring and you don't resist it to make it persist. Welcome back to Your Own University TV, where we're going to talk about what sets you apart from everybody else in the world, because you matter.
Join us at Your Own University. Like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. You're not going to want to miss a bit of this.
Hey, so this video is inspired by those icky, nasty feelings that you don't want to feel. It can be anything. I think the worst for most of my clients and people around me are grief, heartbreak, failure, and any sort of change. Anybody else's feelings that you're picking up on that you don't understand, you can't change, and you don't want them to hurt. So we hurt with them. So we're going to start off by talking about being an empath and what that means. And I believe, this is just my belief, that everybody is an empath, that we all are part of a unit, a whole body. And in that body, we all feel each other's stuff. So sometimes when you're feeling a negative, hurtful, painful feeling, it may not even be yours. So the first thing that you ask yourself is this mine or is this somebody else's? And a story about this is last night I was driving home from singing and all of a sudden I had this grief. And in my Amazing You program, we go through a series of a ton of emotions and actions that go with those emotions, vibrations. And we recognize in ourselves with this formula where we feel different emotions and how we process them. So then you can recognize in yourself what you're feeling. So I immediately recognized, oh, this is where I house grief, right? My signature grief is. And I'm like, who's grieving? Am I grieving something? Should I be grieving something? Is this mine or is this somebody else's? And immediately I had this overwhelming feeling that it wasn't really mine. It was somebody else's, but it collectively, it was everybody else's. And this is the gift of an empath. And so immediately I went into the practice that I'm going to share with you in just a few minutes to help this feeling, this icky down feeling, move out of my body rather than attach to it, make meaning of it, and feed it or resist it. So the ways that you keep these nasty feelings in your body, be it depression, sadness, grief, shame, blame, failure, just wanting to exit, leave, responding to any of your adrenal responses, which are fight, flight, or freeze, right? And when we're feeling these feelings that we just don't want to feel, the first thing to do is say, is this mine or is it somebody else's? Then you might get a sign or a symbol that it's somebody else's. And if you haven't yet watched Trisha's video, a class, Mastermind at Your Own University, jump in there and learn about signs and symbols if you're an empath. It's a really powerful class and you'll absolutely love it. But let's say that you get a sign or you get something inside you that says, oh, it's not mine, it doesn't make sense. Tip number one is don't make meaning. Don't try to assign a meaning, a story to the feeling if you know right away, it just doesn't make sense. Just doesn't make sense. Even if it is a feeling or a impulse from cellular memory that was from years ago, it doesn't matter. Like, trying not to make up meaning to release the feeling, right? Because that's actually going to make it resist. And what we resist persists. So remember that old saying, what you resist persists. The same thing goes for feelings. So say that you're feeling sad, so sad you can't get out of bed. What do you do about that? First, is this mine or somebody else's? Let's just say it's yours. Now, I have stuff to be sad about. I have something to grieve about. I have stress in my life. I feel it. One, then you know it's yours, right? Two, don't resist it. Do not resist it. And this is the hardest thing because our mind wants to solve our emotional problems. Our minds want to solve the issue. We want to go and help the person that's feeling sad. We want to go and solve the problem inside. Well, when it comes to emotions, guys, this does not work. It doesn't work. It persists. And our mind's making up meaning again. So end that and go into the feeling. I'm going to share with you a process of going into the feeling that I hope is going to help you allow the feeling to move. Everything is energy. Everything is energy. Even these low vibrational, meaning slow moving, dragging down feelings that hurt that we don't want to feel. So no matter what, if it's yours or somebody else's, you're gonna recognize this feeling as your own. You're gonna accept that for some reason, whether it's yours or somebody else's, you are processing this feeling right now. Then you're gonna recognize that this feeling is something that you would rather run from than stand in the courage to face. And this is where your brain comes in. This is where your beautiful mind comes into play because you can use that frontal lobe to say, I'm gonna choose to stand and look and be with this. Be with this feeling. And recognize if there's any judgment or story attached to it. Because if there is judgment and story, that is resistance. That is resistance. Two ways that you can get rid of this judgment or story is one, acknowledge it and write it down, start journaling. I love journaling. Two, maybe do some EFT, some tapping. And I have another video on tapping in this. So you can do some EFT, you can do some tapping, working through the story in your head, writing the story out, or just saying, I already survived. I already survived. Then take a moment and close your eyes. Close your eyes and go into that feeling, into whatever you're trying to resist, into the sadness, into the grief, into the heartbreak. So for me, yesterday, it was this feeling inside of my heart and in the back of my shoulder. I learned really about it about a year ago when I lost somebody very precious to me. And it hurt. It hurt a lot, so much so that I recognized that this was full-fledged grief and this is where it hurts. So yesterday when I felt it, I was like, do I have anything to grieve? Not that I know about. Is it somebody else's? Yes. Is it somebody specific? No. It was a collective feeling from the universe. We're all kind of feeling grief. And then I said, I can survive this. I can survive. I did this. And I went into the feeling. Invite yourself to go into the feeling, and you can even give the feeling some presence. Okay, where are you feeling it? What does it smell like, taste like? Give it some texture. Begin to form a relationship with this feeling, knowing that you've already felt it before. This is a feeling you may have ran from or been resisting for a long time. You know this feeling in itself is not going to kill you. It's not going to hurt you, even if it hurts. Right? And you can dive into it and feel it. Then from that place of feeling, offer it love. Offer it love and acceptance. These are really high vibrational emotions that we can offer anything. We can offer ourselves that compassion when we're sad. We can offer ourselves that compassion and empathy and love when we're grieving. We can offer ourselves some understanding when we're mad, right? We can offer ourselves some freedom and some belief and some faith when we feel like we failed. So go ahead and offer yourself this higher vibration of emotion that you're ready for. And be with the emotion. Now, sometimes it's a little bit for me, and it was like probably 20 minutes. I sat in meditation with this emotion, and then all of a sudden, it was gone. This morning I woke up and I had another feeling, a sensation. I couldn't place what it was. It was like all over my body, and it was just like, ew, like creepy crawlies. It was creepy crawlies. I'm like, I don't even like this. Like, ugh. I'm like, oh, another opportunity for me to feel fully for the collective and with the collective and move this energy out by fully accepting it, by giving it a presence, and by bringing love and light to it. Okay? Fully accepting it, giving it a presence, and kind of separating yourself from what you're feeling, knowing that you are a higher being, you're a light being, you are a soul incarnate, right? And allowing that feeling to be, and then just sat with it. I just sat with it, and you can do the same thing. You've already survived these feelings. You might be processing a little bit for yourself in your cellular memory, that unconscious mind, just getting out some old news, and you might be processing for the whole collective as an empath and a healer. No matter what it is, this is your opportunity to turn and choose to face that feeling, not resist it, not change it, fix it, or make it wrong, but instead accept it, love it, have compassion for yourself, and move on. Once and for all, move on. That is my tip for today. I hope that you create a lot of space in your life for more better feelings, more alive feelings, more energetic feelings in your life, more love and compassion and connection. And that this helps you feel better today. Immediately when you bring that presence of, I'm gonna face this, I already survived this, I'm gonna feel this fully, it starts moving out and you move on faster. Much love to you. Thank you for being a part of Your Own University. Get all of our gifts and our 365 doses of love for you every single day when you join us at yourownuniversity.com. Bye.
Join us at Your Own University. Like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. You're not going to want to miss a bit of this.